right? You write songs, you play guitar, you dance, you are also writing a more performative piece. I don't want to give that away. On top of, a lot of other things that I just through our friendship, I know you do. Like, how do you wear all those hats? Like, do you see yourself as one specific thing, or is it kind of like, well, today I'm Georgann the songwriter, tomorrow I'm Georgann the producer because I have to be, or is it more like I'm just me and it'll come out through whatever medium it wants?
I
how do you
love
think
that
of
you're
that?
asking me this question.
Okay.
I love this because me, when it's just me, I feel like it's just me. Like, this is what I do. Because the thing is that I've always been this way. I've always been just consumed by the arts in various forms. That's just me. That's just how I am. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I love being able to be involved in multiple creative genres, I'll say,
Yeah.
because it keeps it fresh and interesting for me. I'm definitely a person that thrives on just enough chaos. Just enough chaos that I feel like I'm not quite in control. I really do well on that. I really do well with that. Interestingly, and I've thought about this recently, and it's something that I want to change because I realize that when you meet someone and they say, "What do you do?" you try to give them a really, something simple to keep. And in recent years, I realized when people say, "Oh, tell me about yourself," I say, "Oh, well, I am a music and vocal producer." And then they go, "What is that? What is that?" And I say, "I produce the music and I produce the vocals for recording artists. And I take their songs from just stripped how it was written to sounding like it can belong on the radio." Right? That's how I've always been describing myself. And in recent years, I've been like, why am I saying this? Like, I don't really see myself that way. It's just like, that's what I tell people because that's where my money is presently coming from.
Interesting.
Where like, I want to see myself as, when I talk to other people, I want to be like, oh, I'm an artist. I'm a singer songwriter. But because I'm not at a point where I have the product to be like, go listen to it right the heck now. I've been just kind of downplaying that. And it's something that I've had to kind of think about because I don't want to keep being like that. Because I feel like I'm not being true to myself when I talk to people like that.
Right.
And so people who I know that I'm going to be seeing more often, or I already have a more kind of intimate relationship with versus just like a random person.
Yeah.
I'll explain that to them more. And it was kind of great because back this last year, I went back to my hometown and I met up with someone who I knew from high school. We're like, let's just get lunch. Like, we haven't talked. Have we even talked? Like, I know we all went to the same high school. Like, let's get lunch. Okay. We sit down and we were talking and I launched into my, music vocal producer, and this person was like, but what do you do? And I was like, wow, someone is seeing right through this because they know that I also write and that I also create and that I don't just work for other people. And that was kind of this aha moment for myself where I was like, I need to make a change. And again, that's just how I put myself out there in the world. And so I've made more of an effort to, whenever I talk to people, I'm like, I always say that I work as a music and vocal producer, and I am also a singer-songwriter artist who is working on my own music simultaneously.
Yeah.
So now I've decided to start trying to say that. But if it's just me, I'm like, oh yeah, I do. I'm just me. And I write songs and I write this and I dance over here and it brings me joy. I do things that I enjoy.
Hey friends, if you liked that clip of the Create Connected podcast, you might like listening to the entire episode using the link on screen.